For the second straight week, I said that I would not be doing a recap for the truck race last week in Kansas, or truck recap for last week in Kansas, and I said I wouldn't be doing a nationwide recap for today in Richmond. Well, I was wrong. I got a bug out my butt, decided to do it, so here it is. Once again, not a whole lot of cautions, but so if you were looking for cautions, you didn't really find that, which is odd for Richmond, but it was Richmond. It was still short track racing. We still saw beating and banging, and we still saw a fantastic finish between two Cup veterans, a former Cup Series champion, and a guy who I believe will definitely win a Cup championship in the very near future, possibly this year, for as well as he is running. So like I said, not a whole lot of cautions, so basically what I'll do is talk about basically what I did for Race Buddy. We'll go through what we did have for cautions, which was not much. I don't actually have a laps. I don't have laps for some of these. Lap 25, caution came up for debris. J.J. Ely slammed the wall at some point in time, really hard to wreck that machine. And at lap 115, Jason Bowles got help off turn 2 out of the 23 car. Big mistake in the pits on those pit stops for Denny Hamlin, who was in the 18 car this weekend in the Nationwide Series. Did not hear his crew count him in to his pit stall, so he missed his pit stall, had to come back around, pit again, restarted, basically at the tail end, restarted 24th. Didn't seem to affect him too much as he was able to work his way back up to the front. Here's what I did. As you guys know, I use NASCAR Race Buddy to give you guys a little bit more insight towards a specific driver. Well, I didn't know who I was going to follow. I started out following Kevin Harvick, but for the first part of the race, Kevin Harvick was really dominating. So he wasn't saying much on the radio. There was really nothing to say. So I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch over to Travis Pastrana. For those of you who don't know, Pastrana has been good with bikes in his career. He made the switch to NASCAR. Tonight was his NASCAR Nationwide Series debut. Thought it would be interesting, and it was a blast. I had so much fun listening to Travis Pastrana and the guys. I did miss a part that I wish I wouldn't have, and that was him coming into pit under the first caution, and his crew was not ready for him. He was not supposed to pit, so they did service him anyway. He had a goal coming into the race of staying on the lead lap. That's what he wanted to do, and for a good majority of the race, he did that. I tuned in to him about 50 laps into the race, so fairly early. I tuned into him, followed him the rest of the way through, and up until probably about the last 20 or 30 laps, he was on the lead lap until Kurt Busch did get by him. Yes, I said Kurt. Of course, he was in the Kyle Busch Motorsports car this weekend in the Nationwide Series, but and it was interesting. It was fun. He's funny to listen to. You can tell he's having fun. He didn't have too many problems with pit stops, other than the coming down too early, and then on the last pit stop, I believe it was, he got caught speeding exiting pit road. That's a typical thing. There's guys that do that in NASCAR every week. Who race in NASCAR every week that get busted for having a 11-foot on pit road, so not too bad there. He did salvage a fairly good finish for the situation. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he is going to do. Also, there is a kid by the name of Ryan Blaney. And you might think, well, Blaney, heard that name before. It's Dave Blaney's son, and Ryan Blaney made his nationwide debut tonight. I don't exactly know where he finished up off the top of my head, so we will have to look and see when we go through it, but he just had a great ride. He really looks like he knows what he's doing. He's really young, but he actually got a 7th place finish out of it, so he sounds really smart, and I definitely think he has a big time future. I think I have a new driver, one of the new drivers I'm really going to keep my eye on. I know Tony Stewart is pretty high on him for the future, and I can see why. He seems to have a ton of talent, and I do think Travis Pastrana will get better too as time goes on. I thought there was one interesting comment that Pastrana made. He came on the radio, and they did re-air it on ESPN as well. He came on the radio after I believe it was the second pit stop. He didn't get busted for the second one or anything. He didn't get in trouble. It was a good stop. he came on the radio and said, "Good job, good job, pit crew. Thank you. I'm out in front of both girls. Of course, there were two girls in the field, Johanna Long and of course Danica, and so it was interesting. He was just so much fun to listen to, and you could really tell from when I tuned in him early to late at the end. You could really tell he had really learned a lot. He's starting to know what he's doing. His laps were a lot smoother. He wasn't being so hard on the tires. He wasn't being so hard on the engine. He was finally running his race, and he did pretty good. All in all, even though he did not finish on the lead lap. Alright, let's take a look at how things stacked up. And again, not a lot of cars did finish on the lead lap, only 11. So, Pastrana should not feel too bad. Now let's take a look now. Jeff Green finished 43rd, 42nd. Chase Miller, 41st. Mike Harmon, 40th. Scott Speed, 39th. Scott Riggs. Not a good day for Scott Riggs or J.J. Yeley. Josh Wise finished 38th, 37th. J.J. Yeley. So J.J. Yeley finishes 37th in the nationwide race after he wrecked out. He missed the cup field, and also Scott Riggs missed the cup field as well. He would finish 39th in the nationwide race. Those were the two guys who did go home. Morgan Shepherd finished 36th, led 3 laps in the event. Early in the event, Eric Darnell, 35th, 34th, Robert Richardson Jr., 33rd, Jeremy Clements, 32nd, Matt Frame, 31st, Eric McClure, 30th, Jason Bowles, who had a little bit of trouble, like we said there, got spun around in 2, Taylor Melson, Tanner Berryhill, 29th, TJ Bell, 28th, 27th, Kevin LePage, 26th, Tommy Hill, 25th, Taylor Melton, 24th, Mike Wallace, Casey Roderick, 23rd, 22nd for Travis Pastrana, where he finished up 2 laps down. Still 22nd, pretty good day. You gotta take it. 21st for Danica Patrick, 2 laps down. Johanna Long finished 2 laps down in 20th. Cole Wick, congratulations to him. He actually made the cup race from the Stacy Compton ride. Struggled a little bit though in the nationwide car. This was really the first time that we'd really seen him struggle. He finished 2 laps down, back in the 19th spot, 18th for Joey Logano, 1 lap down, 17th for Mike Bliss. Brad Keselowski, 16th. He waited way too long to pit on the last round of green flag pit stops, and it did come back to bite him. 15th for Justin Allgaier, who had a really, really loose race car. I saw him, he was battling Travis Pastrana at times, and he could not hold that car to the bottom for anything. It was just dancing all over on him. 14th for Brian Scott, so fairly good run for him. 13th for Joe Nemechek, really good run for him. 12th for James Busher. 11th for Stevie Wallace, so good return to the Nationwide Series for him, first race of the year. He was the first car to finish on the lead lap. 10th for Casey Kane, 9th for Austin Dillon, so another good run there. 8th for Michael Annette, 7th for Dave Blaney, like I said, 6th for Elliott Sadler. I didn't hear all of it, but Sadler could have some infraction problems coming after this race, and which could hit them hard, seeing as how they are running for a championship. So we will see how that plays out in the next couple of weeks. Sam Hornish Jr., 5th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 4th, Kevin Harvick would finish 3rd after leading 158 of the 250 laps. So once again, the most dominant car not winning. Denny Hamlin leading 6 laps, coming all the way back to 2nd place after the issues, like we had said, with the pit road problem, and Kurt Busch getting the first win for Kyle Busch Motorsports. And that was very, very exciting. Kurt Busch said he was just kind of taking it easy. He didn't think Denny Hamlin would catch him. All of a sudden he did. And on the white flag lap, Denny even said that Denny could have raced him dirty, got Kurt Busch out of the way, and took the win. But because Kyle was a teammate, he did not do that. They raced very cleanly, made a little bit of contact, nudged really hard coming to the white flag. They both got a little bit sideways. Hamlin a little more sideways than Busch, which allowed Busch to take the checkered flag and get the overall win. In the Virginia 529 College Savings 250, it is Kurt Busch's fourth career Nationwide Series win. Of course, his first for Kyle Busch Motorsports. Kyle Busch Motorsports' first win in the Nationwide Series period. Kyle Busch, they interviewed him after the race, very, very emotional. In fact, he was crying. First time I'd ever seen that, so that was cool to see the emotion, how much the win had really meant to Kyle. Let's take Kyle and Kurt both. Let's take a look at the unofficial standings, hot off the press. Here we go. At this point, until Elliott Sadler's infractions come down this week, if they do, he does have a lead. It's only 2 points, though. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Austin Dillon, third. Sam Hornish Jr., fourth. They are 23 and 53 back, respectively. Michael Annett is 65 back. In fifth, sixth is Cole Witt, 78 back. And then you have to go all the way back to seventh to find a change. Justin Allgaier picks up 2 spots. He is 93 points back. Taylor Melton is 8th, 103 points back. Ninth is Trevor Bayne, who I believe once again did not run. In fact, I know he didn't. So Trevor Bayne not running again, only loses 2 more spots back to 9th, 105 back. Mike Bliss is 10th. Joe Nemechek gains a spot up to 11th with 122 points back. He is running really, really well. I really think that they finally have that stuff underneath him for his race team, and that is fantastic to hear. I don't know if they're going to have Race Buddy next week. The schedule says they're not, because Race Buddy is a selective race thing, so we will have to wait and see. However, there is nationwide action next week. We go from short track racing to big track racing, the home of the big one, restricted plate racing. We go to Talladega, Alabama, next week, Saturday, Saturday, May 5th, rather. We'll play host to the Aaron's 3012 at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. Be sure to check that out. All around sports fans, I'm not done yet. I gotta come back one more time tonight and do a rounds 2 and 3 recap of the 2012 NFL Draft. Kind of keeping NASCAR coverage is done. I'm kind of watching it a little right now. I've got it on. Still trying to get through actually in round 3 right now, and should be about done with that. So as soon as I get done with that, I'll post that video, and then I'm done until cup time tomorrow. So, alright guys, thanks for tuning in, and this has been your recap of the NASCAR Nationwide Series Virginia 529 College Savings 250. That is a mouthful. Virginia 529 College Savings 250. Congratulations to Travis Pastrana on a not-so-bad NASCAR Nationwide Series debut. Congratulations to Kurt and Kyle Busch on getting Kyle Busch Motorsports' first Nationwide Series win. That is going to do it for me, guys. Next week, Talladega. Always fun. Restrictor plate racing, always fun. Short track and restrictor plate, my 2 favorite. I will see you guys next week for all you Strictly Nationwide fans. Cup guys, I'll see you tomorrow. All around sports fans, I'll see you in just a little bit for my round NFL 2012 NFL Draft rounds 2 and 3 recap. Until then, I am Jonathan Rosette for JM Sports 100 and JMSports.org. I'm out.